And tonight, Sheboygan County's district attorney tells TMJ4 News he will prosecute if an abortion provider violates state law.
Ben Jordan goes in depth with the exclusive interview and explains how prosecution of the state's strict abortion laws depend on the county where you live.
Sheboygan County District Attorney Joel Urmanski says he prosecutes laws based on how they are written and plans to do the same when it comes to the state's abortion laws.
Do you plan to prosecute abortions that are considered illegal based on that 1849 law?
If law enforcement forwards an investigation to us and there's a violation of law, we will prosecute it. Our job as prosecutors, in my opinion, is we're upholding the law. We're not legislators, we're not passing laws, we're not voting on laws, we're enforcing those laws. And I'm not going to go out there and say, go ahead and commit this crime, do this, do that. It's not how I feel about the law. It's not my intentions or thoughts about any particular law. We enforce that law. So if there's a violation here, we'll enforce it.
There are 4 abortion clinics in Wisconsin. One of them is this Planned Parenthood in Sheboygan. They all halted abortion procedures after the Roe decision came down. Now, a law established a year after Wisconsin became a state is back in effect, banning abortions unless it's deemed necessary to save the mother's life. That law states 2 physicians would have to verify that's the case before legally proceeding.
Do you think a law that's sat dormant for 49 years, was enacted 173 years ago, is the will of the people in 2022?
So if you look at the law itself, there has been legislative action on that law as much more recent than that. I think 1985 there was some action that occurred with that statute, and even afterwards. Regardless, take that aside. You're now seeing multiple states across the country that are enforcing or creating new laws dealing with abortion. So to suggest this is an old, antiquated law and it's not the way that people see the law or how it should be followed or that it shouldn't be followed, that's just not accurate.
District Attorney Urmanski says he's unaware at this point if local law enforcement agencies in Sheboygan County will investigate alleged violations of state abortion law.
I don't have that answer. It's new. I can tell you that I reached out to law enforcement in this county, letting them know the decision that came about, sharing with them the abortion statute that we have on the books, so our law enforcement is aware of it.
What will you say to your assistant district attorneys who may have a different position on this?
I say that our job is to enforce the law, and that's what we do. If I have a prosecutor that says morally or otherwise they do not believe that they can handle a prosecution, then I myself or someone else in the office may have to step in and take that particular case.
Meanwhile, in Milwaukee, District Attorney John Chisholm joined about 80 other prosecutors across the country in saying they will not criminally charge abortion providers who have been investigated and allegedly found to be in violation of state law. A day after the Supreme Court majority opinion was leaked in May, he told us it wasn't a good use of public safety resources.
We have unbelievable demands being made on us right now to try to address the surge in violence, overdose deaths, reckless driving. They have already taxed law enforcement and court and prosecutorial and defense resources to the max. Now you're asking us to, again, insert what? Police officers are going to investigate doctors?
Back in Sheboygan, DA Urmanski acknowledges each county may function differently in the short term on this law, but he believes his position represents the will of the people in the county he was elected to serve.
Can I say that we are a busy place and we need more prosecutors and we need more help? Yes. But to go out there and take a stance of I'm not going to prosecute a certain crime, that's not a position I'm going to take.
Reporting at the Sheboygan County Courthouse, Ben Jordan, TMJ4 News.